Hello there. Welcome back to Parks with AP. And I got a really unique one for you guys today, mostly because this is the only place in the country that can make this claim. But we are on our way to the first ever Washington Monument. And no, it is not the one in Washington D.C. at the National Mall. We're here at Washington Monument State Park in Boonsboro, Maryland, or outside Boonsboro, Maryland. We're a little west of Frederick, but still not quite at the Antietam National Battlefield yet, but we were all close. So if you're in the area doing a little history trip, you can definitely add this to the list. It doesn't take long. And on our way to the monument here, we'll check out this little timeline of George Washington's life that marks the trail. Kind of a nice feature. And don't worry, it is not a long walk. We will be there in a minute or two. And I'll detail the monument a little bit for you guys on the way up so that when we get there, we can just enjoy the views. But we got more pre-revolution George Washington life here. We're on South Mountain. There was a Civil War battle here. I'll detail that a little more after we get to the monument. So again, state park, not a national park site, but as you can see, it's very scenic. You got some Civil War history here, a lot of trails. Just a cool place to check out in general. It's got some visitors here. Pretty quiet day so far. How's it going? All right, not too friendly. Maybe the camera freaked them out. I have noticed in all my years, I do this as my hobby, but I'm also in the video industry for my career. Nothing can make a human act weirder more than a camera suddenly appearing. It makes some people get really hyper and intrigued, and others are like, whoa, what is that? Like I time traveled with this thing or something. This is only my second time here, but I'm pretty sure we're close. But anyway, the residents of Boonsboro, Maryland. I know we're close because we got the surrender at Yorktown here. Decided for Independence Day, July 4th, 1827. They're going to erect a monument to honor General Washington, the first president, and they were going to do it on July 4th. So they made a couple-mile trek up this mountain, as we are right now. How's it going? Oh, another cool feature about here is you can actually see it is along the Appalachian Trail. So a lot of cool stuff to check out here. All an easy walk from a parking lot. I'll go ahead and put on Google Maps so you guys can see just how easy this is. But July 4th, 1827, the residents in Boonsboro hiked up this very mountain. And as you can see, there are natural rocks all over the place, just as there were almost 200 years ago when this was built. And they walked up here, they laid the foundation the night before. And they built this monument in a day. One day. They came back in September to put on the finishing touches, but here it is. The first ever monument to George Washington in the United States. Boonsboro, Maryland, 1827. And I'll tell you, I'm relatively in shape. I'm not gasping for air, but you know, that was an incline. But look at this view. You see all the rocks in front of us. It's kind of amazing that this was all naturally here, so that they could just kind of show up and build this. I think my point was, I'm a little, you know, they would have hiked up that mountain without a trail and then spent the whole day building this, lugging rocks around, the grout. So props to them. I mean, it's very impressive. Washington Monument. Volunteer villagers of nearby Boonsboro celebrated their Independence Day, July 4th, 1827, by building and dedicating the first monument to the memory of George Washington. You can see it kind of went into disrepair in the 1930s during the Great Depression, but Australian Conservation Corps kind of rehabbed it a bit, and it was certified as a Maryland Historical Monument in 1972. And later in that same year, a National Historical Monument. So very cool. Get a different angle here. Now, some of you history-minded people might be saying, well, hold on. 1827, South Mountain, Antietam. There was a Civil War battle here. Well, what's up with this monument during the battle? Well, that's a great question. It actually was not used for anything in the Battle of South Mountain. Robert E. Lee did send one of his generals or officers up here to check it out, as he thought it might be being used as a Union signal station. But he got up here, and actually all he found were local residents who were checking out the Battle of South Mountain here from the monument. And you could see, as we saw a little earlier, it is a fantastic view, so you can't really blame them. And then a couple of days later, it actually was used as a signal station by the Union Army during and after the Battle of Antietam. Due to communication cut lines and whatnot, they had to communicate with each other using flags. So there were Union soldiers here during that time in September of 1862 for the battles of South Mountain and Antietam. So it's kind of funny just to be a, monumentation of battlefields. It all happened after the battles, but here's a monument to a founding father that was here during a Civil War battle. Now in the summertime, you would actually be able to walk up this. We can't do this today. It is winter. It's a really nice day here in January. It's been pretty cold for Maryland, so this is a nice day to come out and do some videos. But here we go. You gotta get out of the car. You gotta walk around, get learnt up. And what else you gotta do? You gotta touch that history, baby. Thanks again for joining me. See you next time.